Good. I'm in Chandler, I think, Arizona. For those in the know, Chandler Bing, Arizona. R.I.P. So it was a beautiful road trip out here to pick up this beautiful, I believe, 7-month-old chronic Corso puppy. They have two of them. The younger one, the female, Darla, is going to be coming with me so that we can kind of guide her in a proper path. Her brother Conrad is 10 months old. He has an exceptional temperament. Yes? Good. Okay. It worked. I'm very excited. I've seen a picture of Conrad and a picture of Darla, but oftentimes pictures do not do the dog justice. Hello? Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I forgot all about it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is why I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Good. My god, okay. I'm stepping back on purpose just so I can get her in frame.
I just don't want her, because I just don't want her to run.
For this I was born.
My name is ErwinValderramos, and I'm the dog messiah, lover of dogs and persons. Watch, I show
For
you.
this I came into the world.
I just kind of had some questions on the breed, because I have two. I have a boy, and he's 9 months. And then I have a girl, and she is 7 months. And to be honest with you, their natures are totally different. They're very well-bred dogs, so they're no backyard breeders. They got good papers.
Are they litter mates?
Same father, different mothers.
Okay.
Same father, different mothers.
What? Just out of curiosity, what kennel are they from?
They were from. Have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Maxi out of Argentina?
No. Are they from Argentina?
Yes, their father's from Argentina. He was an import, and
okay.
Maxi has bred the second most champions of this dog worldwide.
Her mom was definitely
Latino. Yeah. I mean, like, these dogs got some legit papers.
Oh, well, fantastic.
My question is, somebody says that I've never found my male. Now, I've never, ever found him to be aggressive to anybody. Meaning he is coming on. He'll be coming on 10 months here in a few days, and he's very docile, loving. He's not a barker. Mm-hmm. But then somebody says, that a switch flips with these dogs at 12 months. Is that true?
Well, no. Generally speaking, of course not. Whoever told you that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
the reason I'm saying is, hopefully it wasn't another trainer or the breeder. I'd be really embarrassed for them.
Yeah, they said that like at 12 months, they are no longer really interested in meeting strangers, that they become very, leery of people. And I'm thinking to myself, my dog's, the only one who kind of acts leery of people would be the girl dog, and it's mostly at nighttime when you're walking. If she sees something, she'll start to bark.
Yeah.
But she's not as well socialized as them.
Well, to what they said, though, there's a difference between disinterested in people, which is aloof, and being leery. Leery means you're interested in a potentially cautious, nervous way, right? When you're leery.
Yes.
Disinterested, being aloof, they're two different things, right? So, so that number one, that information just isn't true. And was it a trainer or the breeder told you this?
No, it was a guy I watch online. Another guy. He's an English guy.
Okay.
An English guy. I don't know if you know him. He's got the beard and he's got all the YouTube channels.
Oh yes, yes, I know who you're talking about. Yep. Fenrir.
Yeah, so that was,
I don't know if he's changed it.
Yes, so it's the guy. He's got the English accent. The Connie Corso.
Yeah. Well, he's speaking pure rubbish, and I tell you, because no, sir, that's not true. It doesn't. It's a number one. He's painting with a really broad stroke there, and I'm sure there are things that I can learn from him. But this is something he can learn from me. There's no way. No, absolutely not. Listen,
we all
the dog's temperament is, for sure. But a dog's temperament, now that being said, it can possibly change but it typically, for a change like that to happen, there has to be some kind of, for lack of a better term, trauma involved.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? Kind of like if
100%.
God forbid, you were to go to the ATM and you got robbed. Well, if you were never worried about going, exactly. So shifts of perspective can and do happen, but typically they don't happen. They need something
what
to.
You have is what you're going to have.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, the dog's just going to kind of be, less and less enthusiastic, less energetic, just because we all become less enthusiastic, energetic as we get older, and dogs age faster than us. You see what I mean? So like a 3-year-old dog is going to be less enthusiastic than when they were 8 months of age because they're no longer puppies.
Learning everything. Yes.
Yeah. So they're, they've already experienced it. So typically, this is why a lot of trainers talking about the socialization period, and I actually am against socialization. I refer to it as exposure.
Can I be honest with you? My boy dog, I think I socialize him too much. Now he's too nice.
Well, no, it's not really possible. Do you know that? So this is what I was saying. Well, so you could have affected it for sure, but this is why I'm opposed to socialization. So the idea that he is too nice, I disagree with. He can't be nice enough, man. I tell you, the nicer he is, and the nicer he is treated by strangers and yourselves, the owners, his family, the more likely he is going to have enough respect for himself to stand up for himself and potentially for you all if the situation arises.
Yeah.
Right, because he's going to expect that. So it's just a sign of confidence. So there's no way he could be too nice. Where you could have potentially made him a lot more nicer than he is inadvertently through observation. And in observation, I specifically am talking about with the good word theory. So the problem with socialization that people don't understand is when you take a dog out in public, and like you said, let me use your female as an example, and you might be doing this inadvertently. So if you are, then take my advice and stop doing it. So this is the situation. So let's say that you take your girl. What is her name, by the way?
Darla. Conrad and Darla.
Darla. Oh, wonderful. Wow, what a wonderful set of names. So let's say that you take Darla out in public, and she sees somebody. And when she sees them, she starts being, she's a little leery. So she starts looking at them, eyeing them. If at that moment that she starts feeling leery, you notice it, and you start talking to her or trying to comfort her or trying to talk her down from the ledge, so to speak, you're actually praising her, encouraging it, and making it worse. She doesn't understand that.
Probably don't even acknowledge it when she's doing it.
That would exactly. So same thing with dogs if there's a thunderstorm. Let's say that there's a thunderstorm and all of a sudden your dog is in the corner and they're shaking. Well, if you were to approach that puppy and try to comfort them or that dog, you're going to make it worse. The dog thinks that you too are afraid because all attention is positive attention, praise and reinforcement.
Yes.
Right? So and the opposite is true. If there's a thunderstorm going on and you ignore the dog, and if the dog tries to come up to you for comfort, you literally shun them, they will, then the moment that they start to kind of lighten up a little bit, then you start paying attention to them, they'll realize there's nothing to be afraid of. A dog should, especially a kind of Corso, should feel after you. Do you understand what I mean? So your dog should feel after you. If you're not worried, then they shouldn't be worried. Now, if you're walking, let's say that you're walking. Go ahead.
I'll tell you something interesting that happened last night. So I traveled between Los Angeles and Arizona, for my work. And it's about a 375-mile jurney. So today in Los Angeles, it's supposed to rain, and I'm a contractor. So I told my 13-year-old boy, I said, let's go back home to Phoenix, and we'll see Mom and the girls. And I said, then we'll leave again on Monday. Because I said, there's no point in staying here all weekend by ourselves.
Right.
So we drove. He goes with me to work every day, by the way, that dog. He's always with me everywhere I go.
Conrad?
And Conrad, the boy dog. Because I own a construction company, I put a sheet in the back of my truck, and I take him with me pretty much everywhere I go. And anyways, we get out at the truck stop, and I told my son we couldn't. I didn't want to take out dog food, so I walked into Wendy's and bought him a cheeseburger with just cheese,
awesome.
the burger, and the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And he killed a triple. Then we put some water in the bowl.
Wow. Yeah.
We put some water in the bowl outside the pumps, and my boy was the one who fixed the bowl. Well, he stuck his head in the bowl to drink the water, and my son kind of just quickly walked around the truck. Well, when he was done drinking, he hopped up and went into a panic looking for my boy. Like he knew something in his mind was wrong. Like as soon as the water was gone, like my boy disappeared like Houdini. You understand?
Okay.
And
right.
This dog hopped right up and got into his stance, you know, with the ears, and he's looking all around to see where he went. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Yeah.
Like I could see panic and worry on the dog.
Oh, and were you in the vehicle?
I was standing outside with the two of them. You understand?
Okay.
And my boy just walked away super quickly while he was drinking, and then he popped his head back up. Like, where the hell did he go? He got all worried. What would you call that?
Okay. Well, it sounds like he was. You know, I'm going to take your word for it because I wasn't there. But so this is it could be that the dog panicked, but and separation anxiety. But I will tell you this: that typically when people call me and they think that they have a dog that has separation anxiety, they in fact have a dog that is dominant and doesn't have separation anxiety, just feels as if they've almost been betrayed by not being able to tag along. So, for example, a lot of people will say, oh, I can't leave him. You know, he breaks out of his crate because he has so much separation anxiety. It's possible, but a dog with a lot of separation anxiety is going to find comfort typically in the crate and won't try to break out of it.
I know what you're saying. He don't have separation anxiety. So I could put him in the cage, leave him. He's fine.
Right.
This was different.
Right.
This was
Right. So, so I will take your word for the panic. But to go back to what I was saying about the crate, is if you have a dog that is a dominant dog and feels as if they're being somehow, they're being somehow left behind or feeling as if entitled to being with you all the time, what will happen is that dog will break out of the crate because it doesn't want to be in the crate because it feels entitled to being in the house. Because a lot of times those dogs, when they break out of the crate, they're perfectly happy to be in the house. You know, if somebody says, well, I can't leave him in the crate, he has separation anxiety, but, you know, if I leave him loose in the house, he doesn't have any anxiety. Well, no, that's just because he's getting his way. So in your situation, if he was panicked, then I would tell you to be careful and to understand that you're applying the good word theory, whether you're aware of it or not. If when the dog panicked, if you started talking to him or telling him where to go or where's he at or who are you looking for or whatever, talking to him or paying any attention to him, in my opinion, you're making a mistake because now you are encouraging the dog to panic when he's left alone. So to give you a scenario with my own dog, okay, with my own Corso, Esau. In fact, I have a video of me taking him to the car wash.
I love it. A biblical
name. Oh, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, my Esau, I have a video, and I'll send you the video. Actually, I'm taking him out and about, and then on the way there, he had an upset stomach. Unfortunately, went ahead and pooed in my van. So I go to a car wash impromptu, and I videotape it. You know, because I'm going to the car wash to spray my van out because I have a commercial van. You know, made just specifically for the dog. So I'm washing it out, and I tell you, if any time that I leave his side, even if he is not under command, he will automatically be still. He'll take that like the 26th Psalm. He'll sit and he'll just be calm and for the most part scan to the left or the right, waiting for me to come back to him.
Yes.
Think about it. It is when we panic that we drown. It is when if he were to panic and your dog or Esau in a different scenario panic and then start running all around looking for me, well, he might panic enough and run into the street and get hit by a car.
Yeah.
So in that situation with your boy, same scenario. If that were to happen again, the right thing to do is to ignore him. And then when your son comes back, if the dog is really excited to see him, ignore him, be ambivalent. Because otherwise, if you start petting him and praising him or telling him, oh, I'm happy to see you too, the dog isn't understanding that. The dog is taking that you are encouraging and proud of the fact that he panicked when you weren't around. And as a father, you know that we don't want your children to panic when you drop them off at school. Hell, you want them to get an education.
Yes, that's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's right. That's
so
right.
If and when, let's say, your son goes to college, and let's say he goes to college out of state, and you go, the last thing you want to do is drop him off and know that he's panicked.
That's right. That's
do you
right.
see what I mean? You don't want that.
You know, though, that blew my mind, and here's why it blew my mind, was how damn alert these dogs are. They are
very alert.
Does
he have his ears cropped?
He's got his ears cropped. He's got beautiful.
Okay, wonderful. Beautiful. Yeah, I love to see him.
But, yeah, I'll tell you the kind of dog he is. I have a Tesla, okay?
Okay.
And in the Tesla, you have the dog mode. And when I want to go in a restaurant and I want to go eat, I can leave him in the car. Do you know that I'll come back and he won't chew nothing? At 10 months old, that's pretty remarkable.
It's extremely remarkable. It's fantastic. And again, it shows that he doesn't really have any separation anxiety and that he's not overly dominant where he thinks he should be able to get out of the Tesla with you.
Yep.
So he knows his place, and that is very important for dogs to know their place in the pack.
What he will do, though, is when I first get out of the car, he'll go to my driver's seat of the car, and he'll look for us. Then he'll walk over to the passenger seat, and he'll look, and then eventually he just goes right back to the back seat and lays down.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
So
and then I tell you, whenever you come...
Matter of fact,
what I was going to say is whenever you go back to... Yes, please do. Whenever you go back to the vehicle, if you would like this behavior to remain, when you come back to the vehicle, you should be very, very calm and ignore him. Even if he's super excited to see you, be ambivalent. Trust me. Because otherwise, this behavior can change.
I don't acknowledge him when I get back in the car.
No, I would not. I would just get back in, be very calm. The other thing that I would do is if you do have some leftover food that is appropriate for a dog, by all means, pun intended, get a doggy bag. Bring it inside. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then get him a doggy bag. And if you don't want him to, if you think he's going to be on the ride home pestering you for it, let him out in a safe, secure spot. Pour the food out for him, let him eat it, and then let him hop back in. Yeah, that's perfectly a wonderful, wonderful thing to do.
Exactly with what you're saying, that's the kind of relationship I have with him.
Fantastic. Well, what about with your female? So the female does not, Darla does not go with you.
She don't go with me because I can't take two of them to work. That's a little too much.
Okay. Yeah.
The
a lot of
problem with Darla, she's very protective over my wife and over the house, over the girls. But little dogs, you know how these are big prey dogs, like they want to dominate little dogs? Let me tell you what she does now. When she sees a little dog, because we socialized her with a little bulldog, my daughter's dog, when she sees a little dog, she gets down and lays down real meekly to come to the little dogs so she don't frighten them off. She's got a wonderful little personality. The only time she's
going to be 7 months old, you said?
7 months old.
Okay,
and
fantastic.
She will bark at people outside the house, which I like. I do like that.
That's regular, and that's normal behavior around her.
He won't do that. I can't understand why.
He's still baby. Does he still have his beautiful testicles?
I never cut none of that off. He's still...
Amen.
I have no intention of stepping in, buddy.
Bless your heart. Amen.
I'll tell you what I do to them, though. My boy, me, him, and my son's always together. And sometimes I'll make him jealous just to see what he'll do. And I'll hug my boy, and I say, "Oh, my good boy, this is my son," and I'll hug him. He can't handle it, so he has to jump up and try and get in between us.
Oh my God, yeah. So see, that's a dominance behavior because he's like, "Hey, that's enough. Give it to me, give it to me." And if you're perfectly all right with that, there's nothing wrong with that.
I could put him crazy if I stare into his face real hard. It's like what, and push him and then you'll see him start. But
he'll get revved up.
He gets revved up.
Oh,
but other than that,
he sounds like an exceptional dog. Okay, and then with her, with Darla, what a wonderful name, what a darling name, Darla. With Darla, if first let's start off with the context of visitors like myself, somebody that she doesn't know. If I were invited into your home, how is she going to receive me?
At the beginning it will be barking and then once you were in the house and you were like, I don't think she'd bite you because she ain't got that nature's not there yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly why I'm asking. Okay. And then if you and then would you have her running loose or would you have her leashed up?
Probably have her running loose because I know she ain't going to nobody.
But she would be barking at me.
She would probably bark at you from the front door, and then she would probably run backwards, let you come in, and then once you sat down and she's seen everything was fine, then she'd want to come over and see you.
And be very friendly?
And be very
or
friendly.
Just tolerant?
But would never bite you. Yeah.
Okay.
She wants
and then what about
she wants to know you're not a threat.
Right. And then what about in public? If you're walking her, how is she?
In daylight,
how does she receive
okay.
people?
In daylight, perfectly fine. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you what she's like. Nighttime. She'll see joggers, hear the bushes rattling, then she's on high alert.
Yep. She is. Okay. Okay. So she has a little bit of a defense drive than he does at the moment. His will come. His will come. Okay, but I will have to be honest with you. Hers is hers again, broad strokes, and not having met them, I can only give you generalities. But it very important that we don't inadvertently cue or acknowledge or agree with any of that behavior if you don't agree with it. So if there's somebody jogging past you and you feel no threat, and she maybe feels a little threatened, ignore the behavior, or you can follow some of the stuff that you see me do in my training videos. Like I feel, I'll be honest with you, I feel like your boy is in a good place, but I do feel like your female needs some redirection and molding.
And more
because she's
socialization.
only 7 months. No, sir. Remember what I said at the beginning of the conversation. Socialization I'm typically against because most people, I would say even a lot of trainers, most people, and trainers included, and any trainer that disagrees with me, take me to test me, take me to the task, and I can show it in their videos. Most trainers are going to handle socialization incorrectly. So saying if I were to advise you to socialize her, any trainer were to advise you to socialize her without supervision or without you knowing what to do, then you're going to miss the mark. You're potentially going to make it worse. So socializing her again, taking her out in public, and her feeling leery about somebody, and then petting her and telling her to calm down and it's okay, or even telling her to stay, which is what a lot of trainers would do. Dog starts to feel uncomfortable or growling at somebody that they shouldn't be that is no threat. The trainer more than likely is going to tell the dog to sit. People are compelled to issue commands. So trainers are very guilty of this. So they'll say sit. Well, in that situation, you're really not doing anything different than when I'm teaching a dog to do what is called a revere, to sit and bark so that we can lead up to the bite, so you be rewarded with an attack.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So
the
wrong thing to do.
The two of them, but if you really want to know the difference between the two dogs, if I could just sum it up in a very easy way, you'll understand it. He has better behavior and he has better manners. He has an exceptional temperament. Yes. Exceptional.
Yeah, he has an exceptional temperament. Yeah.
She's the one that'll jump up on the counters, take food, that kind of shit.
Yeah, so she's a little more dominant, a little more headstrong. So this is the thing, because she's 7 months of age, she's at that stage where she could fulfill that, I would say, false prophecy of at 12 months of age, her changing on you. So you might think, a lot of times people don't understand when they reap what they've sown. They don't realize it. Well, I socialized her a lot. Well, remember what I said? If you socialize a dog and you don't know what you're doing, socialization has to be done in capable hands. That's why I refer to it as exposure therapy. So he likely doesn't need much exposure therapy because he's going along on a natural good path. It's kind of like I meet dogs out in the country that I'm the first person they've met in years or maybe their whole life. And on top of the fact I'm a minority. So when they meet me, they're very excited to see me if that's their nature. So his nature is more or less going to be one of, a very calm, exceptionally well-tempered dog, exceptional well-natured. With her, that's your firecracker. So the thing with her is at 6, 7 months of age, taking her out and about and socializing her and not knowing how to handle any of her reactivity or the way she reacts can potentially make it worse and make it seem as if a prophecy has come true. Well, you know what the guy with the beard said, that at 12 months of age, they might all of a sudden, they just don't like people anymore. Well, no, that is only true if you've sown those seeds and you're reaping that harvest unaware that you did.
Yeah.
Okay?
Should I drop her off for some kind of training?
You should send her to me for training. Of course. I'm the very best
afford you.
Oh, well, listen, I think if you call around, you'll see. In fact, I have, most of the dogs that come to me are from out of state. So
what do you charge?
I specialize in those.
What do you charge?
Well, because you're in California, the program, and because she does need behavior therapy, these programs are 12 weeks long, typically. Some dogs do stay longer for that. If they stay longer, there's no additional fee. It's graduation based. So I'm telling you 12 weeks, but again, it might be 15 weeks, right?
Good. She's doing good. There's our very first stop since we left her house. We're in New Mexico. I don't remember exactly. I just entered New Mexico. Oh, you don't want to pick that up? No, ma'am. Don't eat that. Good. Go potty. Pretty baby. She's riding well. We'll take her to go potty. You know when the gas up. Pretty baby. Oh, gosh. Awesome. You can go potty for me, baby. You're good. Good. Good morning. So she still hasn't gone potty. We slept pretty well, but the first few hours, because it's Saturday night, there was a lot of activity at the hotel, so she barked a whole bunch. She's real defensive and protective and territorial. Beautiful, huh? So, hasn't gone potty for me yet. I'm hoping that here in this pretty decent sized potty break dog park area, she'll go ahead and do me the honor so I can get on through Texas. Just literally left New Mexico, and I thought Anthony was in New Mexico, but it's Anthony, Texas. Good. Man, that looks like a puppy cat. Still have not gone potty. I'm about to offer her some water. I offered her some last night. She wasn't interested. But she's really inquisitive. She likes to. Damn, good baby. Hopefully she'll go potty. Pretty good. Praying for a miracle here. Please squat down, darling. Papa squat, baby girl. Papa squat. Pretty good. We're at the road station. Came here yesterday in the morning, I think. They have a little dog park here. A lot of these low stations too. Hey, darling. Hi, darling. Good. Yeah. Very good. Has not gone potty. Just want to give her 10 minutes or so to see if she'll go ahead and leave herself. Have a constitution. Pretty darling. Pretty well. She's only like 7 months old. She's done really well riding. She's relaxed the entire time. Hasn't even really cried or whined at all. I've just been trying to go on faith and stop every so often as much as possible to get her to finally go pee. Good. We're just outside of San Antonio, headed back towards Houston. And she's doing good. She went potty earlier today, which is good. In fact, right after the last video, I believe. Now I'm hoping that she'll pee again. She went pee and poop earlier today. But we stopped several times since then. and she hasn't gone potty, so it's been about 5-6 hours. She holds it really well, but I'm hoping that she'll go ahead and pop a sweet little squat. Good, 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 beloved. Seems like she's going to. We'll give her her privacy. Good. At a love station. Right outside of San Antonio, towards Houston. Good, good. Good water. Good water, baby. Gotta wipe those boogers. Good. Let me wipe your mouth. She's still learning how to drink from this, I think. Good, you good, baby. Pretty. Done? All right, good.